Hi there, it's Diane Evans here with StampinWithDiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator. So if this is your first time joining me on YouTube, I'm glad that you did pop on over here. But do make sure that you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you hit the button down below, right next to the subscribe button, you'll get notified every time that I upload a new video. So today what I want to do is I want to show you a card, a thank you card using the Forever Fern bundle. But the Forever Greenery suite is retiring. We've had it for 1 year, and this suite is excuse me, an excellent, beautiful suite. As this designer series paper, which is retiring soon. And it also has some of the other elements that are on there. And some of those elements that I'm going to be using today, I will tell you that they are retiring. As of the date of this video, all the product that I'm using is still available. Originally, I had done another card using the Pretty Peacock, but it now isn't available. So let's go ahead and make a card. I'm going to show you the card as it shows up in the Pretty Peacock, which is like this. However, we're going to be using one, and we'll see how well it works together using the shaded spruce on this card. Okay, so I'm going to be using those. I'll be bringing those back in. But we have different cardstock that goes together, and you go, oh, I don't know if I really like that. It works. It really does work. So before I start, I have gone ahead and cut out a bunch of these different things, but I want to show you one thing that I've done ahead of time, or I want to do ahead of time. And I've been asked to show how that I do this. I've done it several times. These gold hoops are retiring. So what I've done is I've cut out a piece of window sheet with the layering circles, and I am actually going ahead and I'm going to glue this onto there so it's easier for me to actually glue all these other components onto it. So all I do is I just take my mono adhesive glue and I just put a thin bead of the glue around here. And I found this was so much easier. I was watching people struggle with just the hoop and trying to add different things to the hoop. And it came to me, it was actually quite a while ago, and I had done quite a few different cards. I don't know why my hands aren't that steady. But if you put this thin thing, and we're going to just let it sit just for a bit. But we got to do this ahead of time so that it dries and it's ready to put the rest of our card together. So I'm just going to, I've got that thin beading on there, and I'm just putting it onto my silicone mat, so that it kind of dries a little bit so that we don't have any of that oozing out of the glue. All right, so I have some Pear Pizzazz here. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And what I want to do is fold into the mountain, and I'm going to come in with my bone folder. And we're just going to make a really good crease down there. Now, I will have all these measurements for this card. It will be put to a link on my blog down below. So I've used some shaded spruce, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. So we'll just go, and I'm going to attach that. Whoops, no. The first thing that we want to do is we want to cut, because this card actually opens like so. So I'm just going to bring in my trimmer, and I'll show you how easily this can be cut. So I'm just going to come down. Whoops, we'll turn it this way. And I'm going to come down at the 4 1/4 inch mark, because that's where it's been scored. And I'm just going to, whoops, sorry, I'm just going to move my stand out of, one stand out of the way. Just going to go in. And actually, I think I'm going to first measure down here. Now, I'm going to measure halfway, which is 2 3/4. And I'm going to come right to this line where I've scored it and just cut straight up. And then I'm just going to use the same side here, and then I'm just going to come and cut from this line here up to the top. That should give us pretty even. Not bad. I can actually go in, and I think I will trim that with my scissors because it's not quite where I wanted it to be. So I'm just going to come in I'm using longer scissors to do this. Normally I would use my paper snips, but that way I don't get the cut marks on there. So, okay. So, back to where we were. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer this piece on here. Whoops. Get that glued on there, so we don't want that to happen. Actually, I think that's dry enough that we can go in and do that. So let's go ahead and do that right off the bat. And then it's going to dry again with it right on there. All right. So we're just going to put that off to the side there. Okay. So we're going to put the shaded spruce down on this side, on the bottom part. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And then this soft seafoam goes right on the inside, and it's 3 3/4 by 5 inches. Like I say, the link will be to my blog, which will show the different sizes of cardstock. Now on this front piece here, we are going to use the shaded spruce, and it is 4 inches by 2 1/2. That's just going to measure right onto there. And from my previous card, I actually went and changed a few measurements on here. I've got my Seaside Spray, it's 2 1/2 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And then this piece of Designer Series paper is 3 1/2 by 2 1/4, I believe. No, 3 1/2 by 2 inches. So that'll just go onto there as well. Lots of cardstock layers on here, but I think that kind of adds to it. But see, if I show you the comparison, you'll see you don't really see that much of a difference with it. So I knew that Pretty Peacock was going to go very, very fast. Such a beautiful color. And this can just go right on here like. So now we can go ahead, and this is actually going to be put on here like so, but we're going to add different elements to it as we start. So one of the first things that we're going to do is, like I say, I've come in here and I've cut a bunch of these different sizes out here, and we're going to put those on in a certain way. So let's see, I think I'll put, this is just jade, and I can always cut off pieces of this. You might have to just, I think I'm going to take this part off of here and a bit of this down here. And we're going to use glue dots to put this on. So misplaced my take your pick tool. That doesn't happen to anybody, does it? Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll put that, whoops. Okay, that has come off, but that's okay because I'll be able to use that glue dot on the front there. Let me just put this on here again. We want to put some behind, we want to put some in front, so let's go ahead. Oops. Oops. So now I'm just going to put this behind. And I'm going to actually put some of this behind here as well. So I'm going to break that off as well. And I want to put that about there. So we'll use another glue dot. It's going to go about like that. And then with this shaded spruce, I want to put some of that, I think, on the front part. Let's just take that off. And I've got that glue dot there already. And see how that's going to start giving us some dimension on there as well. Now, another thing that I used was these, the laser cut paper. And I had put them into this box here. And, you know, I'm going to take out some of these. And I can put that onto there. And then I've also got this particular one, but I don't want all of it on there, so I'm just going to actually just take some of that apart. I don't think this is going to tear as well as I had this one done, so I think I'll just come in and cut some of that off. And let's put some up here. So again, I'm just using glue dots on here. I find it's probably the easiest way to put these accents on. Tend to want to stick to me. I'm going to put another one of these on. And I'm probably going to use some more of that other one on there as well. Now I happen to know that I'm going to be covering up a bunch of stuff on here, so I think I'll put that there, and then I'm going to put some of this over here as well. Let's just cut this one off, and I think we can put this down here, maybe up a little bit. See if this will work better with just taking it right off the roll. There, we'll put some there. And I think I can put a more solid one down here as well. No, I think we'll leave that one off. All right, so now what I want to do is I also have cut these out, and they're from the Ornate Labels. They're not retiring, so that's a good thing. So I'm just going to come in with my Shaded Spruce stamp pad, and I need a thank you card. So I'm just going to, I've used actually the stamp set that I've used for this is the Peaceful Moments. It has some beautiful sentiments on here, but I'm using the thank you, and I can let me make sure that that's straight. Yeah, I'm going to put that off to this side here. Let's close that up because I know that I could get stuff in there. And we don't need any of that, so I'll just put that in my little bin. And I think what I'll do is I'll also put this about here, I think. I think it's time now to put this onto my card base so that I know where some of these things are. Now, I am going to use the back, and I'm going to put on these glue dots, and I'm going to put about, you know what, maybe this is going to go about here, so I can put a glue dot about there. This is on the back of it, because I'm going to actually use this these glue dots to put it right onto the card. There's a glue for everything, isn't there? All right, so let's put this about up there. And now I can put this on with glue dots as well. Maybe we'll have it come out about there. And just one right about there. I'm wondering, I wanted that to be a little lower. I think we'll be okay for it to be a little lower there. And now I want to put some embellishments on there. Now, we have this, it's Pretty Peacock and Old Olive, oh, I know what I forgot, ribbon. This isn't retiring, which is really, really unusual, because it has the Pretty Peacock in it, but it's still in the new catalog. So I'm actually going to stamp this. I've stamped it with Shaded Spruce, and I'm actually going to put that in here. I want to put that in and behind, because I forgot that piece. So I can do that. I'm going to do that with a glue dot as well. I'm going to actually rip off part of this. We're just going to put it kind of in behind so you'll kind of see it. There we go. There, that's better. So anyways, getting back to this ribbon, I went and this ribbon isn't retiring, so we're going to actually use this ribbon as well. So I've gone ahead and I've tied a bow with that. We're going to put that bow on there. But I thought, oh, it needs just a bit more. Why not put more on there, right? So what I did was I have this other beautiful ribbon that comes in a trim. Now, where is that ribbon? goodness, I've lost my ribbon. And it was a really pretty ribbon. And I wanted to show you how I put it together, but obviously, oh, there we go. So it's this ribbon that goes with the combo. So I just took some of this ribbon, and what I'm doing is I took my homemade bow maker, and all it is a piece off of the Designer Series paper, and I'm just going to, and I'm not making a bow of this per se. It's going to look like a bow, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing with it. So I'm just going to wrap that around a few times, and then we're just going to tie it, and then I'm going to end up pulling this apart anyways. So you're going to go, why did you even bother doing that? Sometimes I have problems doing that loop look with the with this kind of twine. So by doing it this way, it works for me, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm just going to take that off like that, and then what I'm doing is I'm going to take a couple of these pieces, and I'm just doing them at different lengths, and see how I'm kind of getting that messy look, but not really. So anyways, I'm going to take my glue dot. We're going to attach to the back of this bow. So we just attach it to the back there. And then I'm just going to put this on here. See how that's giving me kind of a different sort of look, and that's kind of what I wanted on the back. I wanted it to be kind of all over the place, so that's why I did it that way. And then we'll just do this, get another glue dot. So the adhesive of my choice today was obviously glue dots. So there we go there. And you know what? We could do one more thing, and let's go in and let's take our stamp, that beautiful stamp again, and then let's take our shaded spruce, and I'm just going to take it, and I'm just going to stamp this just on the side there, just like that. You know what? There is a tiny bit of a glue dot there, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a piece of greenery on the back so that it doesn't stick on the back. So there we have it. There is my thank you card using the Forever Greenery. If you haven't done so already, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me the thumbs up. Leave me a comment, or even if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask any questions. Also, if you do live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. I have a host code. It's always on my blog, up in the top right-hand corner, or just down by where I sign my name. And if you use that host code, I have a very generous host reward program for you. And also, I will send you a tutorial as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day. Bye for now.